Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, the producer of the show. Tonight, I'll do a quick introduction, turn it over to Christopher for the evening for the readings. Now, for anyone who's out there joining us for the first time, be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. The first time, there's no charge for readings, and going forward after that, it's $10 per card, or you can pay $100 and have a card for every show of the month, which happens 3 times a week. It's normally Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Now, that being said, tonight's title, Wise Remorse. Christopher will have more to say on this, but my thought that I'd like to share is, well, first a quote from Marie Kondo, who was famous a few years back for her quote. It's a question, and it's, does this spark joy? Talking about items in the house that sometimes are kept a little too long. Now, if it does spark joy, we keep the thing. If it doesn't, we get rid of it. And I'll remind everyone here that thoughts are things too. And I personally find this question extremely helpful in taming the mind. Because every thought spends energy, and the way we spend our energy determines our reality. So thanks for listening. Here's Christopher. Enjoy the show.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. I see Lindsay. Do you have sound now?
She does.
Okay. Thank you so much. I wanted to start the evening with this great blessing for all of you. This is the incense being lit for you moving forward, for you moving upwards. This is you leveling up. So great blessings to you on that. You know, growing up, if you got to ride an escalator or an elevator, it was kind of a big thing. But now the elevators, when you get in them, you can't even tell that you're moving. And then all of a sudden, you're at another level. Now, if they're fast or high-speed elevators and you're going up a really tall building, you can, I get dizzy. I can feel the kind of the dislocation. And so this leveling up for you, if you feel a little bit off, if you feel a little bit tired, if you feel a little bit unfocused or even dizzy, just give it some time. You're leveling up. The doors are going to open. You're on another level. That's what this show is about tonight. That's what the group card is about tonight. That is what we're going to really be focusing on the readings tonight for you. That this is important. Now, the title of the show is called Wise Remorse. One of the biggest things that people don't deal with is blame, shame, and guilt. So blame, shame, and guilt it's attacking you. You are attacking yourself. You're eating away at yourself. It's about who you are as a person. It's the story you or people can keep living in or looping in that keeps them caught. And it attacks them as a person. So you're attacking or you're looking at who you are and what is wrong with you. So how about replacing that with wise remorse? You're looking at what went wrong and why. So you actually get the learning from it. That in itself will help level you up. And so it's like what Kenan was talking about is paying attention to your thoughts. And if a thought doesn't spark joy, you're out of here. Get out of here. It's not just the things that's around you, but take a look at what you're thinking, because your thoughts really are things. Okay? So that's one of the greatest benefits. So we've got Abby and Marilyn on tonight, right? Too? Okay, perfect. So we've got a really great show tonight because of you. You all make this great because the messages that come through for you are shared with the group. So you're instrumental in being here. You're instrumental in contributing and really understanding and getting in touch with your higher self. That's what this is all about. And thank you all for your contributions. It really does help tremendously with the show. But also, it's a way, it's an energetic exchange. So that's really, really important. I had a woman, a client, email me and ask if I could help this woman who's going through some major stuff. And I'm not opposed to really helping people, but I had to tell her I have to charge full price for the reading, hands down. Because when she explained, or she told me, this woman, just her first name, when you tune in, the energy is very, very, very heavy. And if you don't charge for what it is, whatever it is that you do, whether Marilyn, Rochelle, Abby, Marilyn, Lindsay, Kat, Jared, Doreen, Austin, if you don't charge an equal price, the universe has kind of a way of kicking you in the rear, energetically. And so it's very important. It's why because most of you know that when I do the readings, it's not just about the knowledge, it's about moving energy around it. So that's the thought with this tonight, is about be free. Are you willing to let go? And are you willing to be free of blame, shame, and guilt? It's an eating away at yourself, but replace it maybe with wise remorse, because it's the thought of like religion teaches that that people are all sinners. Man, does that keep people in a loop, or what? Does that keep the squirrel cage running, that blame, shame, and guilt constantly? But take a look at the wise remorse, take a look at what happened, and then why it happened, and you get the learning without anything sticking. An example, when you're 4 years old and you spill your milk, do you remember when you did that? Probably not, right? And you probably spilled your milk, tipped over on your bicycle, skinned your knee a lot. But you don't remember those things. It's not until you begin to get older that those projections from family, from society, and you learn blame, shame, and guilt. But this is a different way of looking at it. Look at it at wise remorse. So this is the group card tonight, which I really love. So I actually, when I pulled this group card tonight, I went on Etsy and I ordered a Merkaba. The Merkaba, myrrh, so it's ancient Jewish mysticism. And Merkaba is Hebrew. So myrrh means light, ka means spirit, ba means body. So you're looking at the spirit and the body being encased in light, which is really what we are. If we could look at ourselves through an electron microscope, we would see these trillions and trillions of atoms and these auric layers, right, that form us and that come together into what appears to be solid. So this is the Merkaba. It's about moving forward. It's about leveling up. That light engulfs our bodies and our spirit to enable us to rise up. And so I ordered a star tetrahedron. They're not very much, just as a reminder, because it's such a gift. But it's finding harmony. It's not about leaving this dimension. We're in this dimension. We chose to be here. It's about finding harmony and leveling up within this incarnation and within this dimension. And that's why we have sometimes these so-called problems, because they're actually stepping stones to help us level up. Okay, so spark joy. That's the theme for tonight. Marilyn, you're on first. And if you're just joining us, please say something in the chat. Sometimes we get texts or we get notices that, oh, I watched you. Well, if you're watching, say hi. Really, we're an incredible community. Every one of you have really gotten to know each other over the months and over the years, and it's created this uplifting type of a family where we can all really uplift each other. So, Marilyn, all right. I don't know if you have notes, Marilyn, but this is what Kenan and I say. When people come up to us with really, really controversial subjects, and you can tell that they're used to energetic fishing. So it's like when you put bait on a hook, right? And you lower it in like you're literally fishing. People are trained. They have a belief system that that's how they have to get energy from other people, by baiting a hook. And that bait looks like bringing up something really, really controversial. Or they know us and they know what might hook us energetically. So, this is something that really does help. That helps you swim around the hook, not even be there, not even be tempted by the bait, because they want to debate with you. Get it? I just thought of that. They want to debate with you. And it's all about stealing your energy. So, here's what we say. Oh, wow. Really interesting point of view, that you have that point of view. Wow. Interesting point of view, that you have that point of view. And it's like, and you're out of the way. You're out of the debate. The other thing I say is, oh, that's just not my policy. Because people really don't know what your policy is, and they can't really argue with it. They go, oh, okay. And then they get angry. They go into the blame, shame, and guilt of themselves because their old methods aren't working with you. And so then you, again, are not causing that. They're actually creating it themselves. So, and then in any way, shape, or form that you've been raised where you have a belief, and this is from your childhood, that you need to be controlled, are you willing to let go of that? Because I would probably, I know I can see Austin, Abby, all of you. Okay, I can't. I can see every one of you on the show as being like your own, very very strong-minded as children, rambunctious or tomboys or that type of thing. Supposedly, like always getting into trouble, so that the parents perceived you needed to be controlled. Yeah, I kind of lived with that as well. So anywhere where any of you have any of that, Kenny, can you help me clear some of this energy away from that? Where there's anything or any belief around being controlled, or the need to be controlled, or the perception of being controlled, the job that you have, the work that you're doing, you're choosing to do that, right? And so it's letting go of the perception of anything controlling. All right, thank you, Marilyn. That was great. Okay, Rochelle, it's so great to have you. California representing. It's great. Oh, this is a good one, Rochelle. Woo! So, Rochelle, just elegantly step out of the 1,000-mile race. Eloquently, elegantly, with finesse, just go, hey, homie, don't race this race no more. Because there's something else coming through for you. It's not in the way that you can imagine. That's the postponement card. What Okay, so today I ordered something on, or yesterday I ordered something on Amazon, and I got a notice it'll be here between 11 and 1. Then I get another notice, oh, it'll be here between 4 and 5. Then I get another notice, it's going to be here between 8 and 10. And I could get frustrated. I can get, or I can just go, okay, I know it's coming. It just has to, it's already materialized, it just has to come to my doorstep. This is knowing that this is formulated as a gift in your field. It just may not be delivered at 10 a.m. But it is in your field. This new it's a leveling up. It's a new way of being and looking at things, and opportunity, like major opportunity. And waiting at the window for the UPS driver ain't gonna make the UPS driver come any faster. Okay? It ain't gonna happen. But that, I mean, that doesn't look at all like you. But my point is, Rochelle, right? Go go have a massage and a Mai Tai, and you know what? Chill. It's coming. It's in your field. It's there. Okay, great. And then we have Abby and Marilyn. All right, my dear Abby and Marilyn. I really, really love this. I love the energy tonight. Oh my God, this is so funny. Abby. Guilt, Abby, guilt. Wise remorse. Guilt replaced by wise remorse. That is, you know what? Everybody, if you could just applaud right now for Abby, like just give her kudos for how far you have come, Abby. There's nothing you could have done differently. And to try to rehash or things you could have, should have said, again, it's like Rochelle's card. It's like worrying about, well, that's the UPS driver. Worrying about the UPS driver is going to make the UPS driver come any faster. Worrying about what you said or who you may have upset or what you could have done differently. Again, that's a waste of spiritual energy. So look at this wise remorse, and then you can look back and kind of laugh at it. Now, Abby, I don't know if you ever went to China as a missionary to try to convert all the pagan Buddhists. I did. I have absolutely no guilt about that. Like, I look back on it and I go, okay, I have wise remorse about it, but it was also actually an incredible learning experience. It was really, really hard, you guys. It was so hard. Taiwan never dropped below 90% humidity, winter or summer. So it was like every day dressing up, button shirt, tie, suit coat, and going into a sauna every day. But yeah, so Abby, wise remorse, let it go, let it go, let it go. You've done your best, and you've set your children up perfectly to be able to get the lessons that they came here to get. You open the door, right? Let's say you're having a big Thanksgiving meal and you open the door and your family comes in, where they sit, what they eat, what they drink, that's up to them. But you've opened the door. So look at what the good that you've done in opening the door for these amazing people that have come through you. And then I'm going to say that to Lindsay too. And so anywhere any of us have guilt about anything, can you just open the window and let it out for it to never return? Okay. All right, my dear Marilyn. You've got the rebirth card. You had two cards, Marilyn, fall out. And the awareness card. So as you're leveling up, let's say you're on the second floor of a building and then you go up to the 20th floor. Your vision and your awareness is much higher and greater. So Austin, Doreen, Kat, Jared, Lindsay, Rochelle, Marilyn, as you go up, do you blame, shame, and guilt for what you couldn't see on the second floor? You were on the second floor. You couldn't see up here on the 20th floor. It, it, it just was not possible. But you came here to take the elevator. And so this rebirth card, so this is kind of a little bit like Abby about, again, moving back to wise remorse, but also letting go of the blame, shame, and guilt for what you couldn't see when you were in your 20s, or you couldn't see when you were in your 30s. Now, I know you're in your 40s, but do you know what I'm saying? It's like as your awareness grows, that's part of your rebirth. And part of the rebirth is letting go of what you couldn't see before. And that's okay. That's okay, because it's what you learned along the way. I have a master's degree. I hated math. I just hated it. Do I still beat myself up for some of the tests I didn't pass? I don't even remember them. So this is your awareness growing. Rejoice, Marilyn, in the ahas. Oh my God, I got an aha. Your ahas they're coming faster. Your awareness is growing. And it's letting go of that. Okay, my dear Lindsay, here we go. More harmony, Lindsay. More harmony. Embrace the disharmony because it's showing you the harmony. So the musical instrument you've played, let's say you're doing the violin or the flute and you're playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star when you're 3 years old or 4, whatever. When you're really young, you're going to make these disharmonious mistakes. Those show you, oh, now I know how to bring it into harmony. I know what note to play now. So give yourself some credit first and foremost, right, with the harmony. There's more harmony coming in. But the harmony comes from your heart to your head, not from your head to your heart. So when you're trying to figure out when there's any blame, shame, or guilt there, or what you could have, should have, would have done, can you just dump all of that? And you got 2 cards, Lindsay. They fell out. This is participation. I love this. Okay, Lindsay, you ready? This is participating fully with your consciousness. I can say higher self, but then sometimes people, they correlate, oh, higher self is like out there, it's out. No, it's in every cell of our bodies. It's the higher self is like the knowing. It's like you participating with the past, present, and future, which all runs at the same time. It's like, oh, I get it. Okay, I get it. Now I can laugh at myself for having gone to China to try to convert all the pagan Buddhists when I actually turned around and probably became one. I can laugh at it and go, oh, this was really, really interesting. The people that have passed, they have this incredible learning to go through. They've learned from it. They're still here. We're all one. You're still connected in spirit and in light with these ones that have passed on, and they're great. They're here to play with you, to help you move forward and up, and that's what's happening. And so sometimes when these things fall off, like I was talking to Marilyn about it, when things fall off, they can be a little uncomfortable. It's kind of like using the restroom. When you go to the restroom, you definitely know you have to go to the restroom. It's uncomfortable, but then you let it go and you're fine. Okay? That's what this is like. And so I'm just really proud of you. All right, Kat and Jared. So, Kat, you're going to a place, or it's important for you to go to a place where you can see more stars, where there aren't very many city lights. And for you to be able to see the immensity of yourself and how you're a part of this universe. And so I'm talking to everybody on the show, so thank you, Kat, for being here. But for you, this is this new vision. You definitely need more. We've talked about this, I think, in the past. You need more downtime where you have some time to yourself over like a nice cup of hot chamomile tea, where you can relax the mind and this new vision comes in. And then like I was talking to Rochelle, it's already in your field, but focusing on it and being able to feel it. It's not just being able to see it, but it's able to be able to feel it, Kat, will bring it in closer and faster to fruition. It's a beautiful card. It's absolutely beautiful card. If you can, take a picture of that. I really love that. Or I can actually text it to you. But and it's not something, and I've talked about this before, for any of us that wear glasses, before we got glasses, we kind of didn't know that we couldn't see. But then when you get glasses, you're like, oh my God, there's actually individual leaves on that tree. It's not just one green blob. This is the new vision. It's where it's not something that you've seen before. It's greater than your it's just greater than your vision. So I've told this story here when the reason I lived for 50, 60 years in a rental, or I always rented, is because I was afraid that the house was haunted. So when that got clear, when that energy got clear, I was able to buy a condo. But that was like a new vision for me. I'd never even considered it. I just thought it was impossible. This is going beyond, this is going way beyond the impossible, Kat. It's going way beyond the possible, even. Okay, so Jared, shut off the circus music, dude. Because I hear dun 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 dun. It's great to perform, but are you using the performance or the ability to perform as a stick to beat up on yourself or a walking stick to help you move forward? Anywhere, Jared, where you have believed that life or circumstances is stressful, are you willing to let go of your ability to cope or deal with it? Because it's all going to work out. I love this. I love this. That postponement card. I love that. Rochelle's card. It's any way, shape, or form that you worry that things are not going to work out. Be free of giving any energy to that. So I'm talking to everybody on the show. Everyone. Any way, shape, or form that you're feeling like anything isn't going to work out. Be free of calling that energy in. Done. You're done with it. Okay, my dear Doreen, chef extraordinaire. Thank you for being here. This is Master. Doreen, are you willing to claim your goodness? So you have Mother Mary energy around you. Wow, I don't know, Doreen. I don't know. I've talked about angels being guides, ancestors being guides. These are the saints coming through. Like, this is like, and I'm not a religious person, so but it's like Mother Mary energy, and it's like claiming your goodness. It's claiming your sainthood. When you look at children, are you never look at children and go, oh, they're wrong, they're bad, they're blah 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 blah. They're children. That's how these saints sometimes view us. They're not looking at our faults or our worries or our whatever, the blame, shame, and guilt. They don't even, like, what do you, they have no connect, like, they have no relation to that at all. but it's also like there's a connection here with you, and there's some symbology here, and I don't know. It's like a halo or a cross. It's a reminder that you as God, because there is no separation between us and God, right? It's honoring your role and what you've done and who you've helped, and taking care, like you take care of animals. You know, I love that about Abby and Marilyn too, that they're rescuers of animals. They bring in these souls, and then these souls change them, and that's what you do. These souls, they're not lesser souls, they're just different souls. And I don't know who, do you know who the saint of animals is?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, so Kennan's going to look up the saint of animals. There's
Francis of Assisi.
Francis of Assisi. Assisi.
Saint Anthony of Avid.
Saint Anthony.
Saint Roch is the patron of Saint of Dogs.
What is?
Saint Roch, R-O-C-H.
R-O-C-H. Saint Roch is the saint of dogs. I don't know what this is really, but it's like they're wanting you to claim your. You know what? I'm going to ask everybody on the show: are you willing to claim your holiness? Because it's centuries and centuries of this enculturization that there's sin, there's bad, you're blah, 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 blah. This is claiming your power, Doreen. I'm really glad you're on the show tonight. Thank you. All right, Sir Austin. Here we go. So, Austin, as you begin your new family, it's letting go of the old ones. It's letting go of the mores, the constructs, the contracts. It's kind of like Christmas is really stressful, or Thanksgiving or holidays are really stressful for people because they're around people that they don't want to be around, even though they're related to them. But they're caught in this, I should do this. I have to do this. This is moving out and away from that and just letting go. And letting go of all of that invasive energy. So please change the salt out underneath your bed. Go get some major selenite. If you lived here, I'd be over tonight, dropping you off a load of selenite.
Did you see that he's actually a knight?
You're actually a knight?
That's what he said.
Wow.
That's so cool.
That's really cool, Austin. So, do you remember?
Oh, but not a sir. So, yeah.
What's that?
He's a knight, but not a sir. So he's not.
Okay.
Sir. Yeah,
Okay, that's really cool, Austin. So you brought that up. So the Monty Python, we met a woman in at Conscious Life. She bought my book, and somehow we really connected. Come to find out, she used to work very closely and manage Monty Python, the comedy group. And so the scene, Austin, where Monty Python and the Holy Grail, you guys can YouTube this, and where they're wanting to cross this bridge, and then there's this black knight that's trying to prevent them, and so the white knight, he gets his sword and cuts off the guy's leg, and he goes, no, no, it's mere flesh wound, mere flesh wound. And he cuts off his other leg, cuts off both of his arms. It's part of the comedy, right? And he goes, and he keeps, no, no, these are all mere flesh wounds. Come back and I'll bite your head off. And so and then the white knight and his shield bearer cross the bridge. My point is that energetically cutting people off that are blocking you energetically, or that are invasive energetically, just needing and wanting from you. So Austin, look at who's giving to you. Look at who's helping you. Allow those people to come in and build a bigger organization, company, around people that really, really support you. And Jeff, and when Ashley's here. Awesome. Hey, Ashley, thank you so much for joining us. And Jeff, I'm glad you hopped on. Okay, Ashley. Sharing is good. Oversharing, not so good. So, you're not here to heal people. You're here to help people heal themselves. Big difference. Energetically, so anyone, Ashley, that's been oversharing their problems, it's about clearing away Have I told this story before? I'm going to start telling you this story. And you know what? My point of telling you this, actually, let me back up. And this is really good. Because I've had people start telling me the story, and I go, yes, you told me that. And it stops them from repeating their story. Because I really don't have the time or energy to listen to the story again. Right, Ashley? So this is the anyone that's coming in that's kind of telling you the same story, but the names and places have changed. They're into this poor me loop. That is an invasion of that. That is a way for you to that is a way for them to drain you of energy. This is cutting off the poor me. It's okay to share. You're an incredible sharer. But are you willing to give up oversharing? In other words, oversharing of your time and energy to help people that actually don't really want to be helped. They just want to drain your energy. Whoa, that was a good one. I could feel that one clear. That was amazing. Amazing. All right, my dear Jeff, thanks for being here. Oh, Jeff. You are a great talker. You're a great speaker. And doggone it, people like you. It's this is the politics card. So you know that some of you have not seen the movies like Austin Powers, and there's one scene where this guy comes in and he has this oversized mole on his face, and Austin Powers is like, "Holy moly!" And then he goes into he can't stop saying moly, like he can't stop saying mole, or don't fall down the mole, and he goes on, and it's hilarious. So people come in with these behaviors like moles, and they're hoping you don't see it, but you see it, but you just simply don't point it out. But you actually know what's going on. This is trusting your gut, but saying what you need to say to get what you need to get what you want. So it's perfect because it came right after Ashley's card with not oversharing, but taking care of Jeff first. This is getting absolutely what you want and using words and speech to get what you want. And anywhere where there's judgment on that from anyone or anything else, or even from your own background, it's important to get what you want first, so then you can actually serve others to a greater degree. So Ashley, that goes with you as well. This is not about taking on oversharing and you being drained of energy. Did a session with a gentleman over the weekend, and Monday morning, this friend comes in like he does every day and just starts dumping and just complaining, and spent $150,000 on his wedding that couldn't afford it, and for the first time, this gentleman that I read for was like, oh, it didn't bother me. It didn't drain me anymore because he'd set up his boundaries. But this is, Jeff, you have this demeanor, use it. You have this mask. Like sometimes, people go, oh, masks are bad. No, sometimes masks are good. Like absolutely. You put on the mask to get what you want. And you have a great smile. So you're going to get what you want. Doreen says, moly, moly, moly. Yes, so funny. So this is this is not pointing out people's moles, but you do know where they are. All right. And then we got everybody?
That's everybody. You got Jeff? That's a new person. I'm going to pull a card for them.
Angela. Well, thank you for coming here, Angela. You're new. I appreciate it. Last minute, you made it under the show. So I'll pull a card for you. So welcome, Angela. This is you freeing yourself more of judgments put upon you by others, which they've been projecting or focusing. Because it has to do with morality and what is moral and what is immoral, and it causes this huge division about like how you do things, what you do, what you like, what you don't like. And this is being free of, it's letting those Klingons go. They're Klingons, it's energy that's been has clung on from past relationships. What makes you letting go of what makes you a good girl, what makes you a bad girl, you know, and any of us, what makes us good boys, what makes us bad boys. It's those are all projections. They're constructs that no longer fit you. And this is the card, because you got two cards that fell out, Angela. This is the integration card. So this next few weeks and months is about you integrating these new concepts that are coming through for you in a big, big way. The storm is passing. You've got the rainbow card coming in. The rainbow, which is that peace, that harmony, that ooh-sa feeling. Okay? So, now do we have everybody?
Yes, sir.
All right. I love you all. We'll do this again Sunday night at 6 p.m. And if you have any questions, you can instant message me, call me or text me. For some reason, my it's Christopher Lewis LaPrath on Facebook. For some reason, my messenger isn't working on Facebook, on that messenger. So you can call or text me or send me an email. It's chrislaprath@gmail.com. All right. Love you all. Have a great night.